I've been thinking, you often mention that mindfulness is not a silver bullet, because I guess we've been talking all about the virtues of mindfulness, but we're not saying that, are we?
Absolutely. I think it would be nice to claim that, and as much as I say it is tremendously powerful and an essential element of successful and effective living, at the same time it doesn't replace those other things that you might do, in the way that salt doesn't replace the other flavors in a dish. You still need those spices, but the salt brings them up. And so whether you have a religious practice, a spiritual practice, you're in therapy or coaching or whatever you happen to be doing, mindfulness really enhances the benefits that you get from those and aligns with all of those practices.
So, I guess if you listen to us speak, you can really see why we put this mission statement together. That there's a lot of learning involved, and we're talking about practical, aren't we? Because at the end of the day, it's all about how do you experience life. Well, if you can manage yourself, you'll experience it better. And how do you do that? You learn. And how do you do that? There's some practical techniques and practical understandings, and I think we can hear that there were words of wisdom that heal coming from Neil. So,
yeah. And I think the other quote that we've got here, wherever you are is the entry point, which is from Kabir, the 14th century Sufi poet, and it really is. It's wherever you are, whatever you're going through, you can start now practicing mindfulness, and the longer you do it, the more benefits. It's kind of like you don't go to yoga one class and say, okay, I've got yoga now. You've got to do those stretches every single day of your life, and it's like putting money in the bank. Slowly you build up a savings account, the interest compounds, and when you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you're really getting the benefits. Instead of being in pain, you are quite supple. That's for yoga. The same with your mind. Instead of becoming more grumpy, crotchety, irritable, etc., you can become more pleasant, aware, and have a more and more pleasant experience of life. It doesn't have to be that we get old and miserable and grumpy. And how do you do that? Well, you can't do it without practice, without putting, you can't build up the savings account without putting money in the bank. So having the 20 minutes a day, and if you can't manage 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes 3 times a week, or if it's even a couple of, if you do it for 5 minutes a few times during the day, or 2 or 3 minutes, during the day, rather do that and build up that money in your account, and eventually you do start seeing the benefits, and over the long term. So it doesn't have to be something that we sort of think, well, I tried that once and it didn't work, but come back and do it again, and just keep practicing. It's really just a function of doing the right practice in the right way consistently over time, and you will get the benefits, and ultimately that better experience of life, it will start to show up.